friends. I wanted to do a little day in the life vlog working from home, just to show what a typical day like is for me when I work from home versus when I have to go into the office, which I know I don't share that often because it's just hard to vlog that. Like, I can't show inside the office things. I'm always in a lot of meetings most of the time, and you know, privacy reasons. But I figured why not share like what a typical day is for me working from home. I typically go into the office on days like today, but there were some things I really wanted to get ahead of, and I didn't have any in-person meetings for today. There were a couple of things I wanted to do before like signing in for the day, and it's just easier to get up a little bit earlier, handle that, and not be interrupted by things, because the time that I'm getting ready and the time that I'm commuting, I could just be working, you know. So that's basically what I did. As you saw, I got up early. I did a quick little at-home workout. If I go to the gym in the morning on my in-office days, like sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just I'll work out at home because it's just easier to get a workout in at home and then go into the office. But today I just decided to work out at home, super simple. And then maybe later I'm thinking I'll go to the gym, or I'm kind of leaning towards an outdoor walk, you know, just going to the park and enjoying the day, since I'm probably gonna be cooped up at home all day. I'm just trying to get my steps in as much as possible and enjoy the outside and appreciate access to a park. That sounds super corny, but it's true. I feel like my glasses are very dirty. So anyways, I recently changed my workout split. I know I had previously shared using Runna and doing several running programs in there, and I just like would finish them and then start a new one. Initially I was going to do a race in early October, like earlier this month, but it fell on the same weekend that the boy was doing a race. I didn't sign up. It was a weekend for his race and he already signed up for it, but I'm thinking of doing one in March. So anyways, the point is, I decided to change my running schedule because I was doing 4 days a week, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then some type of stretch mobility work Tuesday, Thursday. And I was pretty consistent with that up until the end of August. I just found it so difficult to get the 4 runs in. Most of the time I was only getting 3. And even then I was so tired with work and like commuting and other things that I just found it really hard to keep up with the 4 days, and it started to just feel a lot like on my body. So I decided to switch it to 3 days a week, and I've only been doing that for a week, and I love it, and I feel so much better, and I feel like I am more rested in between my runs, because I found it really hard to get the strength training in, especially for like leg days. I'm like, when am I going to do my leg days? Like, what time do I have to do a heavy leg day or a light leg day, or both, because that's typically what I prefer to do, and then still have adequate rest enough to feel like I can like run again, you know? My schedule is now Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday runs. Sundays are my longest runs. And then I have like some type of stretch and mobility or stretch and stability sessions on Saturdays. And I think that's going to work so much better for me, because that leaves Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday to do my strength training, weight training. And I think it'll just be a better balance. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. I need to check the price of the race that I want to do in March. Hopefully it's not too much money. I really want to sign up for that. Because I feel like I've been training for a 5K and it's like, it hasn't happened. Well, technically, I did have one over the summer. I never vlogged it. Actually, I did vlog it. I didn't share it though because I messed up and I missed a lap, which was very embarrassing. I didn't understand the instructions until like after the fact. I was like, wait a second. That felt like a little too easy. I think I did something wrong. And then of course I missed the lap. And I was so embarrassed. I couldn't go to the woman to like ask her. So I had the boy ask. And she was like, yeah, that happens a lot. And I'm like, if it happens a lot, like, why isn't that like a speech that you give before the race? But anyway, so he's like, well, can she do the next wave? Because I went very early in the morning, and they were like, well, no, she can just run it through a 5K on her own and like time herself. And I was like, yeah, no shit. What do you think I've been doing training for that? Like, that's what I've been doing. I don't understand why they didn't let me do the next wave, because there was no one there. Like, I could have just gone again. I would have been more than happy to do that. So I'm like, you know what? I have to redeem myself and do a proper race with a bib. Not that this wasn't proper, but like after doing some research, I realized like it's like an overpriced running group type of thing. Like, where we ran was not closed off whatsoever. Like, it was just along the West Side Highway, which is fine, don't get me wrong, but like I said, it wasn't closed off. So there were like delivery trucks coming out into the pier and people walking their dogs, and it wasn't like a smooth, uninterrupted run, if you get what I'm saying. But whatever, anyways, I'm going to redeem myself. I am determined. Okay, typically on my work from home days, I'll either go to the gym to work out from home, and sometimes I'll do some personal work before I sign on, which is what I did today, because I'm kind of doing like this little workshop slash speaking engagement at Fordham, and I was just working on the outline for my deck, for my mini presentation that I was going to start earlier, and then life and work and other obligations kind of got in the way, and I'm like, oh, I really need to work on this because this is coming up. I was just working on that, and the hardest thing for me is just picking like a design and a template and then adjusting that for like what I'm going to speak about. That for me is the hardest part, so I made sure I did that first. I wrote an outline, and now I just need to look for some case studies of projects that I previously worked on. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but also very excited, and it should be good. So anyways, I did that first, and then I signed into work a little bit early, just checked all of social and made sure that there was nothing major going on. It seems like it's a pretty light meeting day today. I only have one meeting, which is amazing. My meeting was just canceled. I'm not going to complain about that. Like, who complains about a canceled meeting? Okay, I have more time to work on something that I really wanted to get done for today. So I'm gonna do that as I drink my tea. Who else gets excited with canceled meetings? Like, we just need more time to get our work done. Do you know what I mean? Time to make some lunch. Best purchase ever. I'm sure I've shared this before, but it helps to just break up the ground meat so much faster, and it cooks faster too. Something that I try my best to do is eat more consistently throughout the day. And so that's easy to do when I'm home. It's a little bit harder to do in office days, which is why I need to get better at meal prepping, either on Sundays or getting everything ready the night before. There are weeks where I'm on it. There are weeks where I'm not on it, and that's normal, but you know, that's life. I really do try my best, because I know that if I do not eat consistently and I go for a long period of time without eating, I will overeat or eat the wrong thing, and fall into this pattern of guilt and, you know, self-sabotage and negative talk and whatever. And I try my best to be good at it, but you know, sometimes I am not, and that's just a part of life. So I'm gonna make kind of like my own faux chipotle bowl. I have some rice warming up. I'm gonna have a little bit of that. I'm gonna chop up some romaine lettuce. I think the hardest part with the whole eating thing is I still have symptoms of long COVID after all this time that I do, where things just taste weird to me, and lately it has been meats. I typically don't eat red meat because I just don't like it. It's rare that I crave it. I'm usually a turkey chicken kind of gal, but sometimes that will taste weird to me. For a few weeks it was chicken, and I just tasted the turkey, the ground turkey that I made, and I know it's not the turkey, it's me, but it's not tasting appetizing, and it's really frustrating, because then I won't get like my protein in, and that's just been one of my challenges. But I'm not gonna waste food. I'm still gonna eat it, and hopefully like everything else that I put into this little bowl will help me not taste what I taste because it's not good. Okay, so let's plate. I'm gonna measure the ground turkey out though. Add the rice and just spread that out. Okay, I think I'm gonna only do 3 ounces today since my taste buds are trash. So my 1.5, 2, 2.7, 2.8. 3. Perfect. Next, I'm just gonna do just a little bit of mozzarella cheese. Then I'll do some just regular sweet corn. Not that much. That should be okay. I'll do all of the lettuce that I chopped, which isn't a lot, but it looks like a lot because I did it very fine-ish. Okay, I was gonna do this salsa verde, but I think instead I'm gonna go with Brianna's homestyle honey Dijon mustard. I really like this stuff. Not too much, though. Whatever comes out, comes out. I think that's pretty good. This is lunch. Sometimes what I'll do is watch a YouTube video or I'll listen to a podcast as I eat my lunch. But for today, since I haven't been on social much, I'm just gonna go through social, do a little bit of research. I do have to work on like a trends kind of report, so I figured I can just do that while I eat. Sometimes I do like to focus on just my meals and not have any form of media in front of my face, but it's okay. Once in a while it's fine to like do those kind of things, you know what I mean? All right, let's taste this because I'm hoping, like I said, that with the honey Dijon mustard, the lettuce, and the sweet corn, that weird taste is masked. I was about to say it is, and then it kicked in. No, it's fine. It's fine. I can deal with this for sure. By the way, last night, the boy and I watched The Perfect Neighbor. Before I watched it, I did see people on Threads saying not to watch it because it's like trauma porn and it's always black trauma porn, etc. But I was like, let me just watch it because I want to have my own opinion about it. And I'm so glad that I watched it, but I let me not say too much. It is a necessary documentary and it gets the message across very clearly. And I just hope the right audience of people watches it so that they can understand, is what I'll say about that. Today? Yeah, I can't do that. So I was invited, I don't know why, but I was invited to do this mastermind program with LTK, and it basically starts today, which I didn't even realize, but they had just sent me the whole like you're in email, and it's a 4-week program. Each week you have to attend one live session. You can't, then you can't, but they're recorded. They have several sessions throughout the day. It looks like you just pick the one that makes the most sense for you. I'm gonna have to be an evening girly because I work. Each week is focused on a very specific topic. I'm just curious about these things because as someone who works in social, I'm always like wondering how other people approach things, teach things, what they advise, the tips that they give you, all of that stuff. Sometimes I find things to be overly generic, but I'm going into this with an open mind. So far the week that seems the most interesting to me is Data Deep Dive, Optimize for Growth, because I love looking at analytics and using that to inform my strategy and the type of content that I create. I decided to do this even though I haven't used LTK in so long that when I downloaded the app a few days ago, I forgot the URL and I couldn't remember if I customized it or what, and it had been so long that whatever content I created is no longer in there. So like my page is completely empty. So if anything, I'm seeing this as an opportunity to kind of like build up my LTK because I was actually thinking about spending some time to do that. In the past and still currently, I like Collective Voice, formerly known as Shop Style Collective, but originally it was Shop Style, and it was because I liked their pricing model and they had more stores and brands that you can create links for, and I had found LTK to be too confusing and I didn't like the app on Android. So it's been a while since I've been on it, like I said, and I haven't attempted to create anything on the LTK app from my phone, but now I'm tempted to because I want to see if like they improved anything. But yeah, so I'm doing that, and I was just like looking through the dates, like I said. We'll see. I told myself I wanted to do better with like my storefronts and like affiliate marketing and all of those things. I'm not one that typically posts a lot of stories and shares links like that because sometimes I just feel weird doing that, to be completely honest with you. I hate feeding into this consumerism cycle, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm so fickle about it. Like I really am. Like I don't shop as much as other creators or how they present themselves to like shop. And sometimes I just feel like I haven't really trained my audience to click links. And so therefore when I do share links, they have very low clicks, especially now because I haven't really posted anything like that in quite a while. But I prefer to create more meaningful content anyway. And I'm trying to get over my thing that I have with like links and constantly pushing people to buy unnecessarily. Like that is kind of icky to me. But like I said, I'm pretty sure there are other people just like myself where they have their periods where like they're not shopping whatsoever, and then they have their periods where they are looking for certain things. So why not create content for those people, right? Anyways, I'm getting too blabbery with it, but I'm going to continue picking my dates and registering for them because it looks like you have to register for every single freaking session. And then I'm going to add everything to my planner so that I don't forget, and then add it to my Google Calendar so that I don't forget, because if it's not on my Google Calendar, I will forget. Guess what I just got? I heard this banging at the door. Not really a banging, but like somebody threw something. My H&M order. So let's open it up. Okay, I feel like I have to give you guys a little bit of a background on this order because I have not ordered anything from H&M for a very long time because I always found their online shopping experience pretty annoying. But I had been on the hunt for a brown blazer for a really long time, and I saw that they had one and it was on sale, $41, which is not bad because everything else I was seeing was like over $120. And I really just wanted a nice brown blazer for this speaking engagement thing that I mentioned earlier. And of course, 2 days ago, I got an email saying that my order was canceled. And I was like, the whole order or just one item? It was one item. But guess which item it was? You're right, the brown blazer. I was pissed. I go online to see maybe it was like sold out, and by the time my order went through, like it just wasn't available. No, it is still available. So I don't know why it was canceled. And so when I went to the website, signed in, I did the whole little chat feature, which I know I wasn't going to get a person, but I was hoping that I would. I was hoping that it wouldn't be a bot. I was hoping that it wouldn't be AI. So I asked a question, give my order number, and I got like the generic response, like if there was an issue with the packaging during shipping or damage or something like that, then they cancel the order. But I'm welcome to place a new order. I'm not doing that. This took long enough to get here. So in addition to the blazer, I also got like a chocolate brown sweater that I wanted, and then just a nice simple wide sleeve brown top. I'm into brown now. Well, not now, but like I just want more brown hues in my wardrobe. I figured it'd be great for fall, and I'm really trying to revamp my wardrobe. And these were both on sale as well. Okay, so far, let me smell this. Because lately I've been feeling like materials are smelling weird. Again, maybe it's me and my damn sense. It doesn't smell weird, but this material feels very, very nice. Now that I'm looking at it, it might be a little too big, but I always order a large to be safe. But this is the top. It looks lighter on camera than in person, but it's like a true brown. And I just liked the style of it. Kind of cinches in, but then flares out. And I liked the width of the sleeves. I don't like anything feeling too tight. I really like this material. Seems like it doesn't wrinkle that easily, so I'll try that on later. And then the sweater looks like it's nice and fluffy and soft. I need to do a full declutter. I'll be doing that this weekend. Oh yeah, this feels nice. Okay, this one has a semi-weird smell to it. It's fine, whatever. Super soft, basic, super basic, right? But I actually didn't have any brown sweaters. Those are the two items that I received. All right, so I just finished the webinar. It was very intro, preliminary stuff. Not anything I haven't heard before. But like I've mentioned, I really do not find LTK that user-friendly. So there were a lot of features and different things that they were talking about that I was like, I need to sit here and figure it out for Android because some of the screenshots that they were sharing, I was like, yeah, I don't see that. But here's the thing. Accountability. I said I wanted to do things like this more consistently, and this is going to help me do that. There are weekly, sometimes even daily assignments. I think my biggest obstacle, I will say, is like posting something on LTK every single day. And you also have to post an educational LTK video, like driving people to download the app and showing them how to follow you and like all that stuff. That is my biggest thing because I do not do things like that on my Instagram account. That is not what I like to do there. So yeah. That one's gonna be hard for me. I might just do it for TikTok. I don't know, I just can't do it for Instagram. I think it's because my audience there is so different and I've curated it so much that if I were to start posting content like that, people are like, Miriam, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is like, I don't push links. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna end this vlog here. I'm going to finish setting up my LTK because I think I did it wrong. Then I'm going to work on my deck a little bit if I can. We'll see. I do want to finish the LTK stuff so I can just like get that out the way and get like the assignment of the week done. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free, it supports me, and let me know what other content you would like to see on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.